about to proceed. The next two events here in Portugal, the men's pommel horse and the women's bars.
Jessica Lopez, Venezuela, 27 years old, had the highest score in the qualification, as I said. Could be tough for her to stay up on that place now in the final. We have Xunsong Shang from China, who was fourth in the qualification. But after a small mistake in the routine, I think she is the one with the best shot to take the gold medal here.
Anastasia
This girl also, Anastasia Grishina, is also very strong on this apparatus. I'm sure she wants to give this girl Lopez a big match.
Belgium, Laura Wayne. The Hungary from Hungary, Noemi Makra.
Jessica
The
Lopez,
Romania representing Germany, Lisa
silver in Kutbus.
The Russia representing Russia, Anna
27 years of
Vladyanova.
age now. Highest score
The
in
Alemanha representing
qualification.
Germany, Kim Bui. E ainda da China representing China, Chun Song Cheng.
Disappointing qualifying for
The
Song
men
Shang,
finalists
fourth.
on Pommel
Chance to
horse.
put that right here in the competition in the final.
The China representing China, Bo Wang. The Russia representing Russia, Matvey Petrov. Do Uzbekistan representing Uzbekistan, Eduard Shalov. The Colombia representing Colombia, Johnny Perez. The Gran Bretagne representing Great Britain, Max Whitlock. The Hungary representing Hungary, Zoltan Kalai. The Portugal from Portugal, Gustavo Simões.
Reigning national champion of
The
Portugal.
Alemanha representing Germany,
A warm round of
Valdemar
applause
Eichhorn.
from the home public.
Vamos dar início à competição. Let's begin the competition. Good luck to all the gymnasts.
Well, the men's floor certainly was a tight fought battle in the end, Stefan. How
Yeah,
do you
that's for
see the
sure.
men's pommel horse going?
Yeah, I think it could be quite hard fight here as well. Depends pretty much on what Max Whitlock, the Olympic bronze medalist, can do here now in the final. We don't have Christian Berki competing here, the Olympic champion, who has 2 gold medals earlier this year from the World Cup competition in La Roche-sur-Yon and from Doha. But Zoltan Kalai, his teammate from Hungary, will still put up a fight.
So whatever happens out there today in the men's
No
pommel horse,
cavalgações
we'll
da
see
China.
who a gold
On
medalist.
Pommel horse representing China, Bo Wang.
Bo Wang of China is first up.
Circles on one pommel. Into the scissors. Up to handstand. Whoop, big balance mistake there. Expensive mistake from Bo Wang. Otherwise, the Chinese gymnasts are well known for their beautiful execution on pommel horse. But not today. A fall from Bo Wang costs him a full point deduction, and he will have no chance to be on the podium today.
A disappointing start by Bo Wang. Zhang Wang of China got a bronze in this competition in Cottbus. Not the start that this young man would have wanted. Second attempt.
Magyar travel. Coming back with the Shivado travel. And a full turn in handstand, crossing the whole horse, gives him a D dismount to finish. This is the first time we see him out in a World Cup competition. I'm pretty sure he wanted to finish this first World Cup final in a better way, but I still think he has presented himself as a good gymnast, making it to this final. Only 20 years old, has many years ahead of him. There again the dismount, full turn in handstand. We are ready for the first girl in uneven bars. Grishina, strong all-around gymnast.
Em paralelas assimétricas da Rússia, on uneven bars from Russia, Anastasia Grishina.
She has form in this competition already. A gold medal in Cottbus. Finishing ahead of Jessica Lopez on that day.
Strong start. So on Shaposhnikova with half twist. So on to handstand half twist into a piked Jaeger. So on to handstand full turn into a Sukahara. Double back tuck, full twist finish for Grishina, who is smiling and is very satisfied with this performance, and she should be. She had a beautiful start with a piked Stalder, directly a piked Stalder full turn into a Takachev, directly a Pak Salto down on the low bar. Very strong start, combining many difficult skills there. There again the piked Jaeger.
Another solid performance by the young Russian, part of the Russian team that took silver in the London Olympics. Picking up in this campaign in 2013 from where she left off last year. So we await the score for Bo Wang. And a 13-point double 7-5. A disappointing scoreline from the gymnast from China.
Yes, of course. His score in the qualification was 14.875. So, of course, he wanted to do better.
Em cavaldações da Rússia, on Pommel horse from Russia, Matvey Petrov.
Petrov of Russia, second gymnast on the men's Pommel horse.
Has a bronze medal on this apparatus from the World Cup in Cottbus 2010. It's the only time he's been in a World Cup final, and he did quite well, of course. Up. Second gymnast in the Pommel horse final. He falls. Russian circles. Magyar travel. Travel is a composition requirement. as well as a D dismount, as we see here. Nice clean finish, but unfortunately a fall, the full point deduction for Petrov.
13-point double 7.5 for Wang. A performance that should see the Russian, 23 years of age now, go to the top of the leaderboard. So 14.750 for Anastasia Kushina of Russia.
And that's a very strong start in this uneven bars final. It's a higher score than we had for Jessica Lopez, who won the qualification. Scored 14.575. Has to do better now if she wants to win here in the final. Jessica Lopez, Venezuela, 27 years old. Up to come up on the high bar. Back giant half turn into L grip, and the Jaeger in layout position. That fall didn't look nice, but she is okay. Jessica Lopez, who is training in the United States with this coach, who is originally from Brazil. We have been working together for quite many years. If a gymnast falls, she has 30 seconds to continue the routine. Back giant full turn into a Tkachev. Directly Ginger Salto, tough combination with two big releases. And she finished the routine with a double tuck front, a D dismount.
So disappointing opening routine there for Jessica Lopez, falling on her first attempt. And no chance of her getting herself a silver medal as she did in Kutbus.
She did a quite good all-around competition at the Olympic Games in London last year. She finished on 18th place. Did a very good all-around competition at the Worlds in Rotterdam 2010. Where she finished on 10th place. Quite interesting with her, a gymnast who wasn't that really good in her younger age.
So 14.175 for Petrov. He's out in front ahead of Bo Wang of China.
Em cavalo de arções do Uzbequistão, on Pommel horse from Uzbekistan, Edward Sholov.
Edward Sholov of Uzbekistan. Just 20 years of age now. Third gymnast on the men's Pommel horse.
Looking good this far. Circles on one, Pommel. Good body line, but looks a little bit heavy. Ending there with Fedoshenko, or 3 Russian circles to end with a D dismount. But this was the first gymnast who complete the whole routine without falling. So I'm pretty sure we will have a new leader when we get his score.
So far, 14.175 from Petrov, the leading score. The favourite for the competition. Max Whitlock yet to come out.
Whitlock's score.
Every chance he could beat that score.
Whitlock's score in the qualification was 15.4, so as long as he make it all the way through the routine, he will beat all these gymnasts. There we see the Russian circles on the side of the pommel horse.
13.325 for a very disappointed Jessica Lopez. Not good enough to get her a medal this time around.
Em paralelas assimétricas da Bélgica, on uneven bars from Belgium, Loha Wayne.
Belgian gymnast on a wham. Next up, on the bars.
Shaposhnikova directly shoot over to handstand and a hiccup to come up on the high bar again. Stalder full turn, finishing the turn a bit late. Nice height Katchev. Toe on to handstand. And a double tucked back with full twist and routine.
Clean performance by the Belgian. Wait to see what scores the judges give her.
Wham was 6th in the qualification with a score 13.2525. She's a little bit too low on the D score to really have a chance for a medal here. Her D score in the qualification was 5.4. Coached by the former national team coach in France, Yves Kiefer. Kiefer is now the national team coach in Belgium, having all the Belgic team at the center in Ghent.
So a Colombian, Yoni Perez, is next up on the pommel horse.
Perez was 5th in the qualification with a score 14.875.
Well, if he can replicate that score that he had in the qualifying, that could be enough to see him get a medal. 14.600 for the gymnast from Uzbekistan. And he looks well satisfied with the scoreline from the judges.
Em cavaldeações da Colômbia, on pommel horse representing Colombia, Johnny Perez.
Good height in his circles, very nice body line. That's one of the things that the judges are looking carefully at. It's slightly piked there, and that's difficult travel. This looks very, very good. Legs pasted together. Come on, come on, come on. Double turning handstand, ends the routine, finishing with an E dismount.
The crowd certainly enjoyed that performance by the Colombian, and a warm hug from his coach. He really nailed it in qualifying, and he's brought his qualifying form to the table here in the final.
Just 20 years old, Johnny Perez. Here in his first World Cup final ever.
For someone in his debut year on the circuit, seems to be getting better and better as the season is going on. 14.600 is the benchmark so far. Every chance the Colombian can surpass that figure.
Yeah, I'm quite sure we will have a higher score after this performance from Perez. Wham scores 13.1, putting her on a third place after 3 gymnasts.
Em paralelas
The
assimétricas
Macra of
da
Hungary
Hungria,
is next up.
on uneven bars from Hungary,
Uneven
Noemi
bars.
Makra.
Toe on Shaposhnikova. Nice high Jaeger. Toe on to handstand. Toe on into a pike Takachev. Looking very good this far. Shoot over, didn't hit the handstand position perfectly. Turn in handstand. And a double layout ends the routine there for young Makra. Very nice execution. Not the highest D score though.
Anastasia Krishina of Russia is still out in front with a 14.750. The young 16-year-old from Hungary. A clean performance on the uneven bars. Performance that perhaps could get her a medal.
Makra had the same D score as Vam from Belgium, 5.4. Could be a bit low to take a medal here, but the execution here was very, very nice. Here the score for Perez, 15.2.
And he does, in fact, go to the top of the leaderboard with that performance. Well, the man that we've all been talking about,
Em cavalo de
the
ações
Pommel
da
horse, Max
Grã-Bretanha,
Whitlock,
on Pommel horse
medalist in
from
the
Great
London
Britain,
Olympics.
Max Whitlock.
And he has a very difficult routine. D score 7.3 in the qualification. Russian circles on one pommel there. Turn or double turn in handstand. Whoops, small mistake there, but oh, now he has to struggle. Strong there to avoid a fall, but the style technique here is not the best now from Whitlock. That was really a big fight for Whitlock. He has the difficulties, he will get quite many deductions for this routine, but we will see.
He has a smile on his face. Max Whitlock of Great Britain. A silver medalist in France. And as you've touched on there, Stefan, struggling to get himself back in shape after making a few mistakes.
Yeah, and he had a full point higher D score than Perez the qualification, 7.3 compared to 6.3, but now it's about the execution. Will the E-score be high enough? Here the score for Noemi Makra, 13.95.
Goes into second place with that performance. Here is Lisa Hill of Germany.
The Alemanha on uneven bars from Germany, Lisa Hill.
Starting with a whaler, a front clear hip circle to handstand. Shaposhnikova. Quite nice ginger. To one to handstand, full turn, shoot over to handstand, and a clear hiccup to come up on the high bar. Back giants to speed up for the dismount, double back, full twist, nearly sticks the landing. Lisa Hill was second best in the qualification with a score 14.5. Had a D score of 6.1, 21 years old. Did quite well here. The Ginger Salto, named by the former German male gymnast Eberhard Ginger, world champion on high bar 1991.
So 3 more gymnasts still to compete on the women's uneven bars. We still have Shansong Shang of China after a very disappointing qualifying round. 14.750 the score to beat. So a tidy performance by the German. We await the scores given by the judges to Max Whitlock of Great Britain.
Had the 2 best girls from the qualification in uneven bars competed already now.
15.100 for Whitlock. And he is currently standing in second place behind Perez with that performance.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised about that score. He had some problems.
On Pommel horse from Hungary.
The nice,
Zoltan
clean
Kalai.
execution as we are used to see from Whitlock.
Zoltan Kalai of Hungary. His first attempt on the pommel horse.
Scissors, one of the composition requirements, as well as circles on one pommel, as we see here. Couldn't keep his legs perfectly together in that travel. Nice Russian circles to the Magyar travel, coming back with a Shivado travel. I'm not sure he did what he intended to do there. There was no dismount on that routine, so he is very well aware of that, and he has to go up on the pommel horse again to complete the routine and do a proper dismount. we have it. What was supposed to be a double turn in handstand only became a 1.5 turn in handstand. Sultan Kalai, of course, disappointed. He was second in the qualification, but this will not be a place among the top 3 today. "29 years old from Budapest."
.425 for Elisa Hill of Germany. A solid performance, and she wears a wonderful smile on her face, and rightly so. Goes into second place with that performance.
Em paralelas assimétricas da Rússia, on uneven bars representing Russia, Anna Rodionova.
Anna Rodionova of Russia.
Full turn in handstand directly Shaposhnikova. Nice high pack salto. Stalder half turn. The hiccup. On to handstand, half turn into a Jaeger. Oops, falling on that to Tkachev. Didn't extend her shoulders enough when she released the bar. Couldn't create the counter rotation good enough. And the double tuck back full twist as Sukahara ends the routine for Rodionova.
So the second Russian in the women's uneven bars has just finished her routine. So we'll have Anastasia Grishina out in front. She was the first gymnast to take to the bars. It is her who's put down a marker for the others.
Rodionova is 17 years old, here in her first World Cup final ever.
So 14.075 for the Hungarian, a disappointing score. And he is out in last position. Here is the Portuguese reigning national champion.
Em cavalo de arções de Portugal, on
Listen to the reception he's
representing
getting
Portugal,
from the audience
Gustavo
here.
Simões.
Gustavo Palmer Simões, out to make a name for himself out there this afternoon.
Starting the routine with the scissors, as many gymnasts choose to do. It's always quite difficult to move into the scissors and out of the scissors. So by putting that element in the beginning of the routine, you avoid hitting the pommel horse with your legs 2 times. Very difficult to travel there. And the full turn in handstand ends the routine there for Palma Simões.
His coach certainly looked pleased with that performance. And it's a warm embrace between the pair of them. There has been no Portuguese gymnast who's got the medal in this competition since March. Could that fact be about to be changed here today?
14.15 was his score in the qualification. Needs to do better than that to be among the top 3. Perez holds the first place, 15.2, Whitlock second, 15.1, And Shaolov is right now on third place with a score of 14.6. We have 2 more gymnasts to go in the women's uneven bars competition. One of them is a very interesting name. She was 4th in the qualification, but had the highest D score, Song Shang. Radio Nova scores 12.7 for that uneven bars
Em
routine.
paralelas assimétricas da Alemanha, on uneven bars from Germany, Kim Bui.
Kim Bui of Germany, after a disappointing vault, has a chance to put that right on the uneven bars.
Yes, she was 3rd in the qualification with a score of 14.025. That very same score would put her on a 3rd place if she can repeat the same performance. Shaposhnikova half twist, also called a Korkina. Throw on to handstand, same skill with full turn. Whoops, big mistake, but strong to avoid the fall there. Finger salto and the Jäger. Big release is one of the composition requirements. Back salto. Another Shaposhnikova, shoot over to handstand. Oh, hitting the low bar there. Costs her a half point. And a D dismount, Sukahara to finish. No, I don't think Kim Bui will repeat that score after 2 big mistakes. At least a half point deduction for each one of the 2 mistakes she did.
So the penultimate gymnast on the uneven bars has just finished her discipline. Still 1 gymnast remaining to go. Song Shang of China, out to put out a disappointing qualifying round to try and overtake the score that has been set by the first gymnast, Anastasia Grishina of Russia, 14.750. German surely not doing enough to overtake that score. So 14.600 for the Portuguese gymnast. And he, at the moment, is on the winner's podium in 3rd place with that score.
Em cavaldeações da Alemanha,
Only this man can
on
overtake it,
Pommel
the
horse,
final
representing
male
Germany, Waldemar
on the
Eichhorn.
Pommel horse. Waldemar of Germany.
Nice turns in handstand there. Very nice Thomas flares. Beautiful height in these flares. Oops. That was very sad to see him fall after a beautiful start. "27 years old, from Saarbrücken. Shivado travel. Thomas flares up to handstand. And pretty nice. Good dismount ends the routine there for Waldemar Eichhorn.
huge mistake made there by the German. Surely that performance will not be enough to get him on the winners' podium. So it's looking like it is going to be Perez of Colombia, 15.200, who takes the gold. And Max Whitlock of Great Britain, for the second time, having to make do with a silver perhaps.
The score for Kim Bui, 13.175. Almost 1 full point lower than what she scored in the qualification. But here comes a very interesting gymnast, Chun Song Shang from China.
Representing China, Chung Chong Cheng.
Beautiful start. Shaposhnikova falling there.
Disappointment again for Shang of China. Just to steady herself once again.
She has the most difficult routine of all the girls in this final. But if you want to take the gold medal, you can't afford falling. Clear hip circle into a Tkachev. Another Tkachev, directly Ginger Salto. Beautiful turns in L grip. And the tucked Sukahara to finish. Once again, she will be very good on the D score, not that good on the execution score. Her E score in the qualification was 7.375, so obviously she did a quite expensive mistake in the qualification as well. Made the Shaposhnikova a little bit too low, couldn't catch the high bar. But a very nice clean dismount, small step when she lands. Excellent technique as always from the Chinese girls. Uneven bars. There again the too low Shaposhnikova.
13.825 for the German. That is not good enough to get him a medal. It is Perez of Colombia with a wonderful score and a wonderful performance. 15.200. It is he who's taken the gold in the men's pommel horse. Whitlock in second position. We have two gymnasts tied for the bronze medal. Kalai of Hungary and Suarez of Portugal.
It will still be very interesting to see what Shang scores after this performance. She has the high difficult value. She has a very nice clean routine except for the fall. And we've had a few mistakes here in the final. Right now Grishina holds the first place and Hill second. On third place for the moment Makra from Hungary, 13.95. That's what Shang has to beat to make it to the winner's podium.
Just one discipline remaining of the day. As we await the classification from the judges, the final score for Xunsong Shang of China. After the presentation of the medals, we will have the men's rings. We do have in the men's rings 2 representatives from China, as well as one from Hong Kong, a Brazilian and Argentinian, 1 representative from Russia, and 1 from USA.
Yes, and of course the most interesting name in this rings final is Arthur Zanetti from Brazil, the Olympic gold medalist from London in this apparatus. First Brazilian Olympic gold medal in gymnastics ever. So of course a great success for Brazilian gymnastics.
Well, so far so good for Brazil. 2 disciplines they've entered, and they've taken gold in both. Barbosa in the women's vault and Hipólito in the men's floor. So every chance of a Brazilian clean sweep here today. Whether that happens remains to be seen.
We still haven't got the score for Shang and her bar routine. But here the rings finalists are lined up.
.175 for Shang, and the disappointment is all over her face.
Vamos dar entrada aos
Third
ginastas
place.
finalistas em
Came here
argolas.
expecting to
Let's
get gold.
meet the finalists on rings.
Will have to make do with bronze. So out come the gym.